Hello and welcome to episode 15 of 2 Days Play Micro Mages by Morphcat Games. This game is part of Itch.io's bundle for racial justice and equality. I'm DeValiente, and I will be playing with my friend Bon, whose channel you can follow in the link in the description below. The following features violence, flashing animation, and strong language. Discretion is advised. Now, without further ado, let's get started.
I think on that particular one, I think you have to do the wall grab because it goes off before the one that's right in front of you.
I'm just rushing. That's exactly. Yeah. I'm just like trying to get to the eyeball again.
Yeah. It's okay to not get to the eyeball right away.
But I want to see it.
You want to kill it.
I want to kill the eyeball. I want to kill the symbolism of the Illuminati.
Yeah. Capitalism.
Capitalism.
What is the Illuminati if not capitalism? Let's be real.
They're secretly... Well, I don't know. I think... I've heard some pretty racist versions of it. I don't know.
What was it? Like, I used to know, like, the history and stuff, but... It was just like, it was a bunch of like weirdos who gathered together and it only lasted for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then like somebody got it into their head that it was still around and it was secretly running everything. Just...
Yeah. And there are some versions where it adds like a little anti-Semitic flair to it.
Right, yeah.
But like then there are other people who are like celebrities are part of it.
Oh god, the lizard people celebrity.
I think I saw like there was like one I don't know if it was just like a satire thing, but one of them was like Beyonce's part of the Illuminati.
Right, because she was just like sitting there and just swaying back and forth during a basketball game or something.
Yeah.
And it's like that woman looked equal parts bored and high out of her mind.
Maybe.
Like, that didn't look like anything.
But yeah, so, going back to, like, the vaccine thing, this guy ended up having to take a, like, a complete anti-vax stance because the only people who would listen to him were anti-vaxxers.
Right.
So rather than alienate the audience that he had, he just leaned into it full swing.
Yeah. Because greedy gun agreed.
Yeah. And then England kicked him out.
Right.
And
of course, as right on to do so.
And then he came to the States. And as soon as he left England, like anti-vaxxer popularity started going down with proper information making its way through again.
Right,
and meanwhile in the States at the exact same time, anti-vaxxer rhetoric was rising with his arrival.
This is why people think we're stupid.
Other countries deport stupid to you.
I know, just because like we don't discriminate against stupidity. We just we discriminate against skin color, not your level of IQ.
Yeah.
Well, IQ doesn't really have anything to do with it. It's more just like your ability to not the ability. It's your desire to critically think.
Yeah.
Because there are some pretty smart people out there who, if they just sat down and thought about the rhetoric that they were spouting, they would realize that what they were saying was a bunch of bullshit.
Well, you know what's really interesting because a guy I watch, Some More News, actually talks about how like Ben Shapiro was actually like shown to be a pretty like bright young boy in his youth. Like they were referring to him as a prodigy, and yet now he's like spouting all of this garbage rhetoric. And part of it is his desire to like have a platform because those are the only people listening to him.
Right.
Which is the reason why a lot of it's the reason a lot of conservatives get into it, is like they're only able to get attention off of the outrage.
Yeah.
Apparently like Steven Crowder tried to have a comedy career before he started like spouting alt-right rhetoric.
Right.
He was still conservative. He wasn't getting an audience the way he was by when he was doing just as comedy, as opposed to like when he was spitting shit about trans people.
Right.
But yeah,
and so now he's on the wrong side of history, so
yeah. And it's exactly what you said. There's like a lack of desire to think critically, and then there's also just greed.
yeah.
Like I need to have people take me seriously and pay attention. So, but the only way they're noticing me is if I say these shitty things. It's like a kid who behaves badly to get any kind of attention.
Yeah, and the majority of the people that are doing this are white men. So that it just goes to show that like we are killing the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Because like by pointing all of this out, because we are taking away the one thing that white men had, and that was an audience.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you scared the crap out of me, Bon.
I know. Well, oh, come on. At least give me a fairy.
Right.
I'm a little gay. I just want a fairy.
I want my little pet fairy. I need to show people.
My fairy.
Yeah.
That actually reminded me of my coworker when he transferred into our department. I don't know how much he was like told by my manager, but he like came back and then he got my pronoun wrong, and I corrected him, and he's like, "Oh right, yeah, I heard about that." And he's like, "I've never known any people like you before I met you," and he named my trans coworker who lives who works in shipping and receiving, and I'm like, well, that you know of, like that's the thing, like you're not always going to recognize who is non-binary, who is trans, like all of this stuff.
Like for me and Jamie, for example, is like we are very femme presenting because I'm lazy, and I mean Jamie is lazy too. So, but it's more of a like, I know for a fact that I'm not going to want to do anything to my body to change my appearance in any way, shape, or form, at least not for a very long time. And hey look, a 1-up.
Yay.
And for like, I'm not sure what Jamie's plans are. I know Jamie has always had, I don't want to like build their life out or anything like that, but like Jamie and I've always talked about body image and stuff like that, like throughout our lives together. And they like, and I honestly don't know what their plan is with their body, because honestly it's entirely up to them, but I don't see them as being someone to go through HRT or anything like that. Or at least for me, I know for a fact that I want a breast reduction, if not a complete removal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got there with 3 lives.
Yeah. Good for you.
I didn't even realize I had done that.
Yeah. You just walked right into there, Bon.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know the reason I go by she, they is because I know for a fact that people are going to consistently misgender me throughout the rest of my life
Mm-hmm.
because I in no way plan on changing the way I look.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that Jamie had similar sentiments because we talked about this for a really long time, but I cannot say for one way or another if Jamie is one way or another. So
Yeah.
it's someone who doesn't know me, who doesn't know that I use she, they pronouns, is going to look at me and immediately go, she, her.
Yeah.
You gotta stop dying, dude.
No. Can't tell me what to do.
So, to have, like, someone be like, oh, I've never known someone who is XX and X. And I'm like, that's because they didn't feel comfortable enough to tell you.
Yeah.
Or honestly, they didn't think that was your business. Like, because I'm also watching a TikToker who, I think he's like Bluebeard Envy Dad or something, and he goes by he, they. Actually, I don't know if he uses the they pronoun. I'll have to look that up. But he's 50 some odd years old and is just now discovering that he's non-binary. Like, he's just now discovering that truth of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he even changed his profile name on TikTok to reflect that because he was like, this is just so amazing in my life. Like, to have this confirmation, to know that, like, and it was like the first time that he ever felt like truly comfortable being him. And it's like, he has like this full grown, like, salt and pepper beard, and he's like, I'm not getting rid of that.
Yeah.
I was like, do you know how many, like, baby Enbies would, like, are, like, just would kill for a beard like that? Yeah. That's like, if I could grow a full grown beard, I would. But I can't. So.
Okay.
Yeah!
Now I can talk. I was sitting there and I'm like, I have things to say, but I cannot.
I know.
Wait,
I know.
wait. This room is a time machine devised by the Illuminator. Go ahead to challenge hard mode?
What?
Bitch, that wasn't hard enough. 1394 1394 1394.
No, that's the hard mode of level 1.
Yeah, but I know that's the code for it though. 139.
Okay. I will write it down. Hold on. I just lost. I think I put my pen away before dinner. Okay, so level 1 hard mode 1394. Oh, why did I do math here? I put math where I had an empty space, and now I need that space back. Was there gross, like, sewage?
Yep, that seems to be it.
I don't remember those blades being on the wall on the first level.
That's because this is not the first level.
Oh, this is the first level of the hard mode.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's like, Bond, you're killing me. Bond, you're killing me. Bond, you're dead.
Oh yeah, but like, as like a non-binary person who is on hormone therapy, I'm just like, yeah, not everyone is going to feel the need to like change themselves in any way. They just want to have their identity known. So like, you can't recognize who you know who is necessarily trans or non-binary. And I say that because not all non-binary people are comfortable with using the word trans.
Right.
So like that's why I said like you can be both or either. It's up to like the person.
Right.
Oop.
Aw.
Oop.
At least you got a checkpoint,
Yeah.
but no lives.
I mean, it's the first level. Maybe this is why
Yeah.
it says 8 towers.
Maybe that's yeah. No, I think that's why is because like there's 4 really hard levels, and I feel like there are enemies that we haven't fought yet that I've seen screenshots of.
Oh well. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember when I first talked to Jamie about pronouns because I was like, do you want to use they, them? And at first they said no, it doesn't matter because they don't feel like a gender. Like they're agender. So they didn't really feel like it wasn't right for them, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, they were like, yeah,
But that was like, was that a couple years ago or was that recently?
That was a couple years ago.
Okay, yeah, because we've had this conversation. I've had this conversation with them, recently. Because what is that? Is that keeping you from jumping up? That's gonna kill you.
Yep.
That's not fair.
It is hard mode.
It's not fair though. At least at least let me try.
Yeah, no, this was like back when Jamie and I first met, when I was first introduced to the group.
Okay. Yeah.
That
was so close.
I mean, I could have just gone the way I normally go and just avoided that altogether.
Yeah. No, because I think when when they and I had the conversation, we were talking about because I've recently come out.
Yeah.
As non-binary, and I wasn't explaining to them my pronouns, but I think like they were curious about that. Because Jamie and I have been very, very close for many, many, many years, like over a decade. And almost like 15 years, to be honest. And actually over 15 years. But anyway, I'm not gonna think about math right now because that's not what we're talking about. And we were talking about my pronouns specifically and how it's like I wasn't prompted for this so much as I was like, I guess I just needed to say it.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm gonna go by she, they. Oh, that is not fair. You were so close, but you got a checkpoint, so yeah. I feel like there's more checkpoints too, or am I? Yeah, and I guess they had that light bulb moment when I was explaining it to them, and they were like, "Yeah, that's how I feel," because like Jamie has a very like whatever essence to them, where
Yeah.
it's like it's gonna be whatever. It's not. Yeah, you're either going to accept them or you're not, and it doesn't affect their life one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just didn't have the right words for it at the time, and now they do.
Yeah, because like my experience as non-binary people is not similar to you and Jamie,
Right.
which is true of all like non-binary experiences, but like
Of all of experiences,
Mhm.
like
but like oh yeah, these are just like the levels, the first
Yeah.
few levels, just like
Yeah.
recolored, slightly redesigned to be harder.
right, and more assholey.
Mm.
Yeah. You got that checkpoint, but it doesn't matter because it was your last life.
Isn't that just me though?
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. It's just like, it's hilarious that we ended up being such a queer group.
Yeah, except for Katie.
No lie. When I first
Yeah.
joined the group, I was convinced, I thought Katie was also ace.
Honestly, I never hear her talking about relationships. I hear her talking about, like, men that she has, like, crushes on, but, like, celebrity men, which is, like, what... That is a thing in the queer community. It's, like, there is a name for, like, a particular sexuality where you're only attracted to people, like, you're only attracted to celebrities, or you're only attracted to, like, fictional people who you're never going to meet in real life, which, I mean, that's a form of asexuality, because if I have to meet them in real life, I'm not going to touch them or be near them, so...
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I totally thought Katie was arrow ace. So that
Yeah.
one time... So that there was that one time in chat where I was like, everyone here is queer. And Katie's like, no, I'm not. And I was like, wait, what? I totally thought...
Right, that was so lucky.
But yeah, I was just like so shocked and surprised.
Yeah. It's like that in another group of Jamie and I's too, where like the entire group is either ace or pansexual or whatever. And the running joke is that we're the ace team. It drove the DM crazy because she's pansexual and she's like trying to like give us like she's trying to flirt with us, like she's trying to get NPCs to flirt with our characters and all, really. and all of that, and it's not working because like we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Or like I say that we're not gonna do that. I have a feeling that's like I would be up for like romance with my D&D characters because it means it's not romantic in real life, which is I'm completely okay with.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, my D&D character is allowed to have a significant other, but God, like, help the person who wants to date me. Like,
Yeah.
God, these stupid bats. I think last week's episode was Bats Fly, Bond Dies.
It was.
Yeah, this is bringing back so many memories. It's like I feel nostalgic. Oh, it was so many years ago. We played this game together, Bond. Yeah. That was so close. That was actually really good. Kudos to you.
Damn it. The whole point of me going that way was to get that chest.
To get the chest, yeah, now you can't. Yeah, that sucks.
Huh.
I hate it so much. I would have died so many times. Like, and I would not have gotten through 1-1 before hard mode. I feel like you're getting through this faster, and then I'm gonna say that, and you're gonna die immediately on like
The next
slime or
level.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember who the original boss, like the boss, was in the first game.
Ghost.
Ghost. Oh, hey, you're right. Well, you watch the videos.
You're like, I don't even watch my own videos after I edit them. I never want to see them again.
I edit the videos, which means I watch them multiple times. And by the time I'm done editing them, I'm sick of them.
Okay.
But yeah, Jamie and I were talking about having you and Evie join us on a new farm to be recorded for Stardew Valley.
Yet a new
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah, a Forever Spring. I'm so mad that you can't fit Forever Spring onto the name of a farm because it's too long. You can only either put like Forever or Spring. It's nonsense. I have opinions, and
When do you
Has,
not
like-
have opinions?
uh,
Motherfucker.
I have opinions all the time. I have opinions about certain topics, and one of those topics in particular is character length on Stardew Valley.
But yeah, I would be down to do that. I just,
It
yeah,
would have to be...
I just find it really funny that,
Yeah.
we would be starting yet another farm.
Yeah, just yet another Stardew farm, and Jamie's actually surprising me lately because they have been for as long as I've known them, they've been very against being recorded. Like they didn't like the sound of their voice. And
Hey,
like
mood.
yeah, and I would keep encouraging them like over and over to be like, hey, you should start a podcast with me. You should record games with me. You should read stories with me and do all like these online projects with me and stuff like that. But they were never for it. And this past couple of months that I've been doing these games like on a consistent basis, which is has only really started since January, I think, has been like me consistently uploading nearly every day, specifically on the gaming channel. Has like I don't know, like I doubt that has had anything to do with it, but I like was talking to Jamie again. It's like, hey, do you want to record with Bon and I sometime? Or like, do you want to get with Amy and Kate? Amy, who the hell is Amy? Evie and Katie.
Amy, Jesus.
Yeah, and Bon and I, when we do some of our, when we go through some of these tabletops that we, Bon and I have in our bundles, and they were like really enthusiastic about it, and I'm like, that's crazy because I knew they were gonna say no, and it wasn't like I was asking them like because I didn't want them to feel left out. I was asking them because like I genuinely want them to join us.
Yeah. But you
And
were
it's like-
you were surprised.
But I was surprised that they were really receptive to the idea. And then we've been playing Stardew Valley a lot together because they got into their PhD program, so they're like really happy, but they're also like really stressed out.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to play Stardew just to like do something mindless for a while.
Yeah.
And we were playing, and we were talking about Marnie and Mayor Lewis's relationship and how Marnie deserves better.
Yeah.
And Jamie was like, I wish we were recording that. And I'm like, do you want me to record? And they were like, yeah,
Aw.
I do. And I'm like, this is a new side of Jamie I've never seen. And I think they're becoming incredibly more confident in themselves, and I'm really happy for them.
Me too. I
Yeah.
love Jamie.
Yeah. Well, Jamie's like my best friend of all time, so
Yeah.
they're a pain in the ass to play D&D with, but I love them.
It does make for hilarious times, though.
It does, but if you're not gonna fight, you're not gonna get treasures.
You're just gonna be like, ask the others to share.
Yeah, that's like, what do you guys think? Yeah, so everybody levels up except Jamie. I was like, this isn't a Pokemon situation where you put your level 5 Magikarp at the front of the line so it comes out first and then swap it with something good. This is D&D, where the points actually matter.
That was how I leveled up. I once decided the thing I was gonna do is first die.
Yeah.
And then from the grave, I was going to take Pokemon Yellow and get all of first capture every Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Second, level up every single Pokemon to level 100.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I
Yeah.
did. So I did the cheat where you move the weakest Pokemon to the front, immediately take them away,
Right. Right.
and then replace it.
You waste a turn by doing that, but if you do it right, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, it's like amazing because I would just like whip out my level 100 Gengar.
Right.
Which like I loved that Gengar because it had hypnosis and it had hypnosis and dream eater.
Oh wow.
And
yeah.
and between those two, I could like one hit KO
Right.
any Pokemon that I fought against.
Yeah.
And then like when those didn't work, I had Nightshade.
That is such a hard jump.
It is.
Thank you for joining us for episode 15 of 2 Days Play Micromages by Morphcat Games. Episode 16 will be out shortly. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment letting us know what you like down below. Please no hate or spoilers, as we're not above removing those comments and the people who make them. That's all for now, folks, and we'll see you next time.